Greetings to all of my fellow watch enthusiasts on YouTube and Facebook and wherever else this video is being seen and shared. It's Celine Driver once again, coming to you with another unboxing and review of another watch that isn't mine. And in this case, I'm very sad about that. Everyone knows I'm one of the biggest Zelos fanboys out there. And it is not my intention to own all the Zelos, although that would be nice. And I don't have to own all the Zelos, but this particular watch, I knew it was out there. I knew about its release and its limited edition status and so on and so forth. And I let it go. And having had this watch for a couple of days now, I wish I hadn't, but I had my reasons. Anyway, this watch is another tour watch from the Random Rob group. Pardon me. If you don't know, Random Rob is a fellow watch YouTuber. Big channel, coming up on 50,000 subscribers as of the day I shoot this. And he has a Discord group, which you pay for. And one of the privileges of paying for access to the Discord group in the founders level is you get to participate in watch tours. These are watches that Random Rob gets from various sources. He reviews them, and then he sends them out on tour to between 10 and 12 fellow watch enthusiasts to play around with for a few days and then send it on to the next guy. And this is one such watch. He got a hold of this watch. I volunteered to be the tour watch ringleader. And so I'm the first guy to get a hold of this watch. And this is the older style packaging. It has the older style big sleeve. It has the older style cigar box. And it has the older watch roll. Which, as you may know from another video I did and from other such sources, the Elshin has changed over to a smaller box, about half the width or height of this box, and a closable watch case instead of a watch roll. And as you probably saw from the title, this watch is a Blacktip, and this is the forged carbon Blacktip. This was a special watch. The second time, I believe, that Elshin has done this, he created a watch that was only accessible to people who were members of the Facebook Zelos Timekeepers group. He posted a link, a password-protected link on the Timekeepers group when the watch was released. You clicked that link, you plugged in the password, and you had access to purchase this watch if you wished. Now, I passed on this watch. I picked the Desert Sand version. Mostly because my dad threw a fake at me, and he was the one that told me to order the Desert Sand one, even though I told him about this watch, and I thought the watch was for him, and he turned around and said, no, it's for you, Happy Hanukkah. And I said, no, thank you, my dad. I appreciate that. But I missed the carbon of the forged carbon. Now, I had a forged carbon swordfish, 42 millimeter swordfish at one time, and I sold that watch off. I just wasn't wearing it very much. But so this would be the second forged carbon dial that I've had in my hand from Zelos. And it's not only a forged carbon dial, it's also a forged carbon bezel insert. Other than that, it is a standard Blacktip, which we'll go over in a moment. But really a fine-looking watch. And we was afraid, Rob and I were very much afraid that weren't ever going to see this watch again because he shipped the watch, pardon me, from Michigan on February 16th of 2021. It then updated to being in a distribution unit in Michigan on February 17th, and then disappeared until March 6th. Yeah, March 6th. Then all of a sudden it updated and it was in Tampa. I mean, it went from a delivery that should have taken 3 days total ended up all in all taking just a shade under 3 weeks. So good job, United States Postal Service. You done screwed up again, you worthless yahoos. So over. All the shipping companies are doing badly lately, but USPS is setting new records in incompetence. And because they answer to nobody, and it's impossible to get somebody fired for being really, really bad at their job, ask me how I know. They don't have any responsibility to anybody, so quite frankly, they don't care. And when you have employees of a entity that don't care about how good or bad they do their jobs, then it's a recipe for mess ups, stupidity, disaster, etc., etc. And this is no exception. I have many such stories about this. I have made videos of it, so if you want to search my channel for other videos, you can do so. But surprisingly, the box that the watch was shipped in arrived very much unmolested, and the watch, of course, is running beautifully. So, very happy to have this watch. And, just like the Desert Sand watch I have, it is a beautifully designed 70s style diver. Drilled lugs, making strap changes very easy. It has the newer style Zelos bracelet with the quick release spring bars, and the milled clasp with the spring-loaded micro adjuster. Now, there's been some controversy about why didn't the 40 millimeter swordfish that came out after this, why did Elshin revert back to the standard style clasp with the pre-drilled 6 micro adjusters that you need a spring bar tool to work with? And the answer is A, I like that version just as much as I like this version because it gives you plenty of flexibility. B, I don't care. And C, ask Elshin. I suspect it was a cost issue. He was trying to keep the 40 millimeter swordfishes to a specific price point, and I would assume that these clasps are a little bit more expensive, but I like both clasps, so I have no real issue with why Elshin do what he do. As you can see, each of these dials is going to be unique owing to the way the forged carbon dials are created. Each one is going to be different. So even though this is one of 150 examples of the forged carbon special edition, pardon me, I don't know what's wrong with my throat today. The special edition Blacktip, even though there were 150 made, each dial is unique, and therefore each watch is unique. This happens to be number 145 out of 150. I believe some were held back by Elshin for warranty purposes. He usually does that. And after a while, he does one of his infamous fire sales and dumps all the stuff he held back onto the market, and it disappears almost instantly. Ask me how I know. I say it a lot, don't I? Well, anyway. The bracelet is very, very comfortable, very smooth, very flexible, very supple. It fits beautifully, just like you would expect out of a swordfish. Blacktip. It fits perfectly on my 7¼ inch wrist. You can see from the overhead shot, it hits very nicely on the wrist. The down the barrel shows that the lugs, being very short lugs, goes across my wrist very nicely. It's not so thick that it couldn't, and it has, for me, slid under a long sleeve shirt very nicely. Obviously not going to fit under a dress cuff, but it's not made for that. You have the Zelos Nova for that, don't you? Of course you do. And if you don't, what's wrong with you? So, beautifully made, beautiful watch. Again, I am sorry. The package only came with the warranty card. Did not come with any other straps or anything like that, but obviously being that it's a quick release and drilled lugs, very easy to fit other straps on these things. I think a collar-ebb leather strap would look beautiful on this thing. Of course, that would make it no longer really much of a good dive watch. And this is a true diver. Rubber strap would look great. That would make it an excellent dive watch as well. So yeah, fit whatever you want on there, right? Anyway, I have my sheet of facts here so I can tell you more about this watch. This is, as I introduced earlier, the Zelos Blacktip Forged Carbon Edition. This was special release for the members of the Zelos Timekeepers group on Facebook. As I said, when it was posted on there, you got a specific link, password protected, and once you entered that password, and you had the option of buying this watch. 150 pieces. It went very quickly. They were $499 when new, and of course they're all sold out now. But other than the dial and the bezel insert, this is a standard Blacktip. It's a 41 millimeter case with a 20 millimeter lug width, 47.5 millimeter on the tip to tip, and approximately 13.5 millimeters thick to a slightly domed crystal. It is a sapphire crystal, of course. The dial is forged carbon, as is the bezel insert. It is a 120 click bezel. It is very smooth. It is very vocal, which I like, and it lines up just nicely. No slop. Also, it's a screw down crown. It disengages with an audible pop. There is no slop on the crown. The movement is a hackable movement, and even in its hack position, no slop. Re-engages on the threads very smoothly, 2 or 3 quick turns, and it's re-engaged. 316L stainless steel case, 316L stainless steel bracelets, 316L stainless steel clasp, signed clasp. It's a milled clasp, very thick, very high quality. The bracelet is not a jingle jangle bracelet. It is a very tight, well-made bracelet. The removable links are fixed with screws. And no, I have had no problems with any of the screws, except maybe that one, which is backed out a little bit. Or no, that one I didn't put back in properly. That is on me. So after I shoot the video, I will tighten that down. That's my fault. 200 meter water resistance, so it is a true dive watch. Definitely, obviously, if it's a diver, it's swimmable, it's snorkelable. Snorkelable, is that a word even? Wash your hands with it, get caught in a rainstorm with it, get thrown in a pool with it. It's going to be all good. And underneath the hood is a Workhorse Miyota 9015 movement. Date window at the 6 o'clock. And as you saw, it is hand windable and hackable. And that means, being that it is a Miyota movement, it is going to be very serviceable. So if this watch goes south on you and it's not in warranty anymore, any competent watchmaker is going to be able to work on this watch. And I point that out all the time now because I think aftermarket, after you own it, support and service is extremely important, because I've run into plenty of really, really good watches, some of them at the nosebleed end of the price spectrum, have movements in them and things like that that make servicing the watch extremely problematic. And that's a legitimate concern. So I'm going to keep pointing that out to people, because serviceability, service after the sale, is certainly a big concern. Signed crown too, loomed signed crown, very nice. So definitely, I mean, the entire Blacktip line is a really fantastic value for money. They're great watches. They really are good-looking watches. I love the 70s style of the case. In this case, I love the pop of orange against the forged carbon black. The indices are really easy to read. The hands are big and easy to read at a glance. The quality is there. The accuracy is there. And of course, it's Zelos. I mean, yes, I am a Zelos fan. I own a ton of Zelos. As I'm making this video, I own 31 of them. I've owned more than that. I've sold off a bunch of them. I've probably owned close to 50 of them in total. So I am a Zelos fan. So, and I will, but when I see something is wrong, I will say so. But this is a definite, the Blacktip line is a definite recommendation from me. I would definitely recommend the watch to anyone, but can't have these. They're all sold out unless you can find somebody selling one, and certainly can't have this one, because in a day or so, this one is going to be mailed off to the next guy. And I'm going to be sorry to see it go. But saying that, I've got a couple more days to wear it and enjoy it, so I'm going to get on to doing that. So I'm going to say, if you like the video, as usual, I would appreciate a thumbs up. Clicking that thumbs up does help with the channel, because the more likes a video gets, the more likely a video is going to appear in the searches that the algorithms control. And the more thumbs up a video gets in a search result, the higher up in that result it will be. So that helps bring people to the channel. Comments, questions, suggestions down below. I do read them all. I do respond to them all. However, if you are going to post links that take my viewers to bad places on the web, I am going to delete the comment. I'm going to block the commenter. Likewise, if you're going to be a little troll, and yes, I have my share of trolls and haters, believe it or not. I mean, how can you hate on watches? How can you troll on watches? But I have them. I will delete those comments, and I will block that commenter. If you're new to the channel, of course, welcome. I am very glad you found the place. I'm very glad you're here. I have well over 400 videos at this point covering various subjects, and I welcome you to watch as many as you want. The only thing I ask in return is that before you leave, click that subscribe button. And when you do, click the bell icon next to it, so that when I do live streams or I upload new content, you will be alerted to those things. And I do live streams every Wednesday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. You'll be alerted when it starts if you have the bell icon clicked. Otherwise, I hope everyone is doing okay out there. Stay well, stay safe, be careful out there. I'll see you in my next video.